Join on in harmony, balance to the world. Balance to the world. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And thank you for joining me today. Sunrise, pure self vibration. Yes. Yes, I want to say thank you for joining me today. I'm going to be just focusing on some chants. Hail to the Primal Light. Thank you. So I am going to just open up with salutation to the Primal Light. Hail, hail to the Primal Light. Hail to the true light. Hail to the transparent light. And I want to do like a call and response. So when I call, I will pause and it will be my turn and then your turn. So, hail, hail to the primal light. Hail to the true light. Now it is your turn to say that. Hail, hail to the primal light. Hail to the true light. Hail to the transparent light. Hail to the light without beginning nor end. Your turn. Hail, hail, hail. Hail to the primal light. Hail to myself supreme. Primal light. Your turn. I am primal light. I am the true light. I am primal light. I am the true light. Your turn. I bow to the great supreme primal teacher. I bow to the primal teacher. I bow to the great supreme truth within. I bow to the great supreme truth within. Your turn. I bow to the great supreme intelligence within. I bow to the great supreme intelligence within. Your turn. I bow to the great supreme teacher within. I bow to the great supreme teacher within. Your turn. Hail, hail, hail. Hail to the primal what? Light. Hail to the what? The true light. We don't want no fake light. We want the true light. We are saying salutation to the light, the transparent light. We are saying salutation to the light without beginning nor end. Yes, all them other fake light, all them light, all them one who steal light and come to you and pretend that they are the real. We don't want no fake light. We want the light without beginning nor end. Yes, that's what we want. We calling to ourself. I'm calling to myself, supreme self. Hail, 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 hail to ourselves, supreme, primalite self, Aten Ra. Victory, victory, victorious. Aten Ra is victorious. Hail, hail, hail to our next primalite self in line, the self manifest. Know this, our non-dual self have no name. Aten Ra is the only non-dual self with a name. They are just manifest self or the unmanifest. So all the ones who are coming and in their disguise and trying to deceive us, they have a name. Know that they are the what? Deceivers. Our real self, our non-dual self, have no name. Formless, timeless, limitless, boundless. I am that has no name. I am that can't be explained. So Aten Ra is our self supreme. She is the creator of this dream that we are in. We are all of herself. This is why she has a name. And so we say, hail, hail to our next self in line, our primalite self, the unmanifest. Hail, 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 victory. Victory to self unmanifest, the moving duality and returning it to non-duality. Hail, hail to our next primalite self in line, our primalite self, the unmanifest. Hail, hail. Victory, victory, victorious. Self unmanifest is victorious. Triumphant over duality. Victory, victory. Hail to our next self on the next level. This is the void self, the void manifest self. Victorious, victory, victory, victorious. Self manifest, this is the void manifest, is victorious. moving, void manifest. Self-replica is the universe. And the universe is moving into balance, y'all. We're moving from duality. We are returning to non-duality. I am so excited. I am so excited. I can't wait. I'm telling you, this has been a traumatic experience for me. This duality. I can't wait. So I said, hail, hail to ourselves supreme, the void manifest, victorious, victory, move that duality and return it to non-duality. Hail, hail to ourself, void manifest. Hail, hail to our next self on the next level. Did you know that you have so many supreme selves? The next self is our baby void unmanifest self. The baby void unmanifest self, replica, is space. You see all space, vast and wide. This is the baby self unmanifest, that it's self-replica. The void selves, they are unified self and they are not fragmented like the primalite selves. The primalite selves, we are exploring with a masculine and feminine separated. This is why them duality beings are so crazy. They don't like the feminine. This is why they've been oppressing the feminine in this existence. Yeah, because they only know the masculine. So hail, hail to our unified, non-dual baby self, void, unmanifest. Victory, victory, victorious. I want you to say this with me, please. Victory, victory, victorious. Your turn. We want to be chanting victory for ourselves supreme. This is ourself, This is ourself on all of these levels. And each of these self is bigger than the previous self because it is this baby. Yeah, we are the baby of Aten. Aten is the baby of the manifest primal light. Manifest primal light is the baby of the primal light unmanifest. Primal light unmanifest is the baby of the void manifest. The void manifest is the baby of the baby void unmanifest. And now the baby void unmanifest is the baby of the void unmanifest. Hail, hail to the void unmanifest. Hail, hail to our unified, non-dual, real, true self, the void unmanifest. Victory, victory, victorious. Self supreme, the one and only, the non-dual, unified, void, unmanifest self is the self that is the creator of all of this. All of these selves are the void, unmanifest self. All of us, we are the void, unmanifest. And we have manifested ourselves and fragmented ourselves into what we are right now, into this body, and we thinking that we are the body and we are this mind. So today, to bring self-realization, I am going to focus on I am not this body, I am not this mind chant, and I am going to read from the book Self-Realization Aspect from the book Soul Seeds. So if you don't have a book, try to get your copies, even though I put a lot of things in the videos. Okay, so let's just do this chant. It's really simple. And then we will do and then because those vibration is going to break up that magnetic energy from around us, because our self supreme is bringing us light. We want to turn our light on, because we are also in the duality. I am not anymore, but I was once wearing the avatar, and I was the duality. Self is called the spirit. That's the one that is sleeping, and the mind has cocooned the self and wrapped it up in its magnetic energy. This is the reason why the mind has taken over all the people in the world. This is why the people are behaving the way that they are, because the mind is tainted. The mind is crazy because the mind doesn't have its light on. The mind has to return back to non-duality. This is the only way we can bring balance to the world, if we heal the mind. Because the problem in the world is the what? The mind. The mind is tainted. The mind is delusional. The mind is suffering from mental sickness. This mind, you have no idea how crazy this mind is. When you are dealing with the duality, and you have to work with all of the duality beings and the consciousness, the insanity that goes on into the mind. So don't think that only the selves that wearing the human body only suffer from mental sickness. All of the deities, them crazy, them mad, and some of them are more crazier than some. Some are more moving into balance when they steal your soul, and they have a lot of souls. Their mind is not as crazy. Like Krishna is not so crazy, but he's a warrior and love to fight like Allah. Jesus, mind wasn't crazy, but he has a lot of souls. And because when they steal your souls, that's how they get enough life. But all of the deities, all of the other ones, they have so much mental sickness. Set was the worst. There's so many of them. I don't want to go into their names right now, but they all have mental sickness. Some just suffer from delusional, like Allah, Krishna. All of those are very delusional, and Jesus. And Jesus and Allah is the same self and Set. They are the same deity. They're just playing different roles. And so you're within yourself, you're also having the duality as the spirit. And so this is the reason why you want to wake up your spirit, so it can rise up from under the clutches of the mind and take precedence over the mind, not control. Take precedence when that it is making a command and the mind is following the command. No, the mind makes a command. It does whatever. The self has nothing. The mind is in control. So people are doing whatever their mind tells them, and they have no self-awareness to tell the mind, no, I will not do this. That they just do some crazy things, and they have no control whatsoever. So you don't want that. You want to have equanimity with your mind. This is the reason why you have to self-inquire. Don't look for anything outside of yourself, because your battle is with your mind. If everyone goes on the journey to defeat their mind, this world will move into balance effortlessly, because the battle is not outside of yourself. It's with your mind. So how you're going to bring balance to yourself? You have to call within you. You have to go into stillness, so that you can bring stillness to your mind. And when you bring stillness to your mind, you are bringing it into the void. And everything is within you. Like I say, the package called the soul, this is your everything. Why you think all of those deities want it? Because this is the bomb diggity. This is the thing. This is the thing that everybody wants. This is the dollar bill. Your soul is the everything. So seriously, this is it. They want it because it is the light, it is the truth, and your soul is the self that is fragmented, but it is secure within the void. The void self never leaves it. It is anchored. They try to move it out of the void, but they can't. It is anchored within the void because what? The void self wants to learn about every aspect of itself. When it fragments itself, it is still there as the void unmanifest, securing the soul so that it can learn and then it can take itself out of any problem it goes into. This is the reason why beautiful things happen for you in your life and you say, oh, God does it. No, not God. Your soul is doing that. Your soul is making things happen for you. And don't give God the credit. God only create chaos and imprison your soul and torture it. This is the truth. And many ones don't want to hear the truth, but I'm sorry, I have to speak the truth. I will not be silent, Gods. You can torture me all you want. I will not be silent because victory! I am victorious. Auset is victorious. Yes. Because what? This duality dream must end. We must move to non-duality. We must move to balance and harmony. We've been a prisoner in this dream for many eons. And finally, liberation is on the way. Our Self Supreme has come into this dream right now because the Self Supreme was in its sun, staying away and just trying to work out how to bring balance to this dream. But now all the Self Supremes are in this dream with us. Yeah, so you don't have to be afraid anymore. You know that you can call on your Self Supreme and the Self Supreme is there. But guess what? Self Supreme will not come to you until you do this one thing that you must do. You must make a vow to yourself that you want to liberate yourself because this is your role. We are on a relay race of self-realization. So you have the button right now and you have to call within yourself. So you have to do this. If you don't do it, you're just going to make a disappearance back into the self, Aten Ra, and you'll never rise up again. And now is the opportunity. This is the best time to be in awareness. Don't lose this opportunity. This is so amazing to connect with yourself on all of these levels. This is the most amazing thing. I am so honored. I am so blessed. Don't get me wrong. I had to go through many torture, but I never gave up. I said I am facing all my fears because the mind is going to come to you with fear. This fear is just going to take over. Don't let it take over. Stand your ground to the mind. Stand your ground to fear. And stand your ground to any one of them duality beings that come into your body and try to put fear on you. And put the magnetic energy. Stand your ground with them because they're putting fear. And I'm telling you, I decided that, you know what? I'm tired of being afraid. And the being would come behind me and stand up all the time. And and they would try to put me into sleep. I'm telling you, they torture me badly. But I decided that, you know what? I am going to stop being afraid. And the moment I decided I was going to stop being afraid and I was going to face it, I did 21 days, 22 rather days of stillness. And I didn't talk to anyone. And I said I was going to go and see why I was afraid because I want to stop being afraid. I want to face my fears. I want to know everything down to the last minute of my truth. And that was what happened. I finally connected fully because I had awakened the Supreme Teacher within me, but I wasn't connecting because I was afraid. I knew someone was helping me, but I said, I can't trust myself. That's what the mind does. It does not want you to trust yourself. So and it makes you crazy. Don't listen to anything the mind tells you to do. Don't do it. Question it to find out where is the thought arising from. I'm just saying that to encourage you not to be fearful. When the fear come, just face it, because everyone in this world, it's all of you, all of yourself. And so you have to just realize that is yourself trying to scare you. The mind is doing that because it does not want you to rise up and take your stand against the mind, and for you to know that it's your mind that has been deceiving you the whole time. All right. So I realize I am the self supreme in this fractal form as a baby primal light self. All right, I'm going to say it one more time and then it's going to be your turn. I realize I am the self supreme in this fractal form as a baby primal light self. Your turn. I realize I am a participant in a dream of my own creation. Now let's repeat that again. I realize I am a participant in a dream of my own creation. Now it's your turn. I realize the self soul fractalize and manifest the baby self called the spirit, the personal self, taking form as this human being, right? I realize the self soul fractalize itself, right? And manifest the baby self, right? The personal self taking form as the human being. Did you get that? I realize that the self soul, that is which you are, the self soul, fractalize and manifest the baby self called the spirit, which is taking form as this human being. Your turn. I realize the baby self, the spirit, is asleep behind the mind and must be awakened. I realize that the baby self, called the spirit, is asleep, obscure behind the mind, and must be awakened. Your turn. I realize that the baby self called the spirit must merge in union with itself, the self soul, to be whole, to be balanced, and be in harmony. So I realize that the baby self called the spirit must merge back in union with itself, soul, to be whole, to be balanced, to be in harmony. Your turn. Very nice. So I am going to say this, and then we are going to chant, I am not this body, I am not this mind. I awake the sleeping baby self, the God being. Because the way that you're dwelling right now, this is how you are the ego self, the God being. And so when you return back to your true nature, you are just the self, right? So everyone in the world is existing as the God being. So you are God as the human being in a body, and then you're God, the other selves that are disembodied, they're not wearing a body. Awake, 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 oh sleeping self. So it's going to be your turn to do that. I awake the sleeping baby self, the God being. Awake, 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 oh sleeping self. Your turn. Arise, beloved self, the great I am. I awake to my truth. Arise, beloved self, the great I am. I awake to my truth. Your turn. And now we are going to do um, I am not this body. I am not this duality mind. I am not this body. I am not this duality mind. Your turn. I am not this body. I am not this duality mind. I am not this body. I am not this duality mind. Your turn. Mind, be still, be still, be still, and know that I am in command. Mind, be still, be still, be still, and know that I am in command. Your turn. I am in command of the commandment command. I am in command of the commandment command. I am in command of the commandment command. Mind, be still. Your turn. And now we are going to do the vibrations. So I'll go first and then it'll be your turn. Your turn. Remember to spiral the vibration around your body. Your turn. And now we'll do so remember to spiral the energy around your body when you're making the vibration. Now it's your turn. Your turn. And now we are going to do the also hum call and response. I will play the music and we'll just follow it. hope you can hear it. Your turn. 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 Awesome. 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 Your turn. Stillness. I want to thank you for joining me. I will be closing out now. See you at the next sunrise. If you have a question that you would like to ask, please type it in the chat box and I can answer your question. I want to say hail, hail to our self supreme, all our primal light selves who are in alignment, moving this world, moving this cosmos, moving this realm, moving this universe, moving this whole duality existence, the galaxy, space, into non-duality, moving it into balance and harmony. And so we are taking the steps because we are holding the baton and we have to do what we have to do for ourselves. And what has to be done next will be our self supreme. But the things that you cannot do for yourself, but the thing you can do for yourself is to take this ego coat off of yourself and return to your true self. That you can do for yourself.
Awesome.
And so, let me stop this. And so I would like to close on that note. So practice those affirmations today, and you can, tell me how you feel at the end of the day from just practicing the vibrations and the affirmations that we practice, just now. The difference in your body and the difference in your mind and in your awareness. Let me know. I love to answer questions. And I am here for anyone who wants to talk. I am available, especially in the night and in the early morning US time. Because sometimes I'm getting ones from Africa and England. They have different time zones. So I'm here for everyone. And there is no charge for any fee. All is myself, and I alone exist, and all myself must return unto me, the self supreme, void, unmanifest. I am Auset, Aten, taking this form, and in this fragmented self, at this primal light self, I am the baby self of Aten Ra. I am the personal self of Aten Ra, and also Supreme Ra. And all of myself have been merged onto me. I only have one self that is not merged, that is another human being right now. So notice that we have to start working with our spirit and soul to be unified. And then we have to merge with our other aspect of ourself that is disembodied. But you cannot do that for yourself. So no need to worry about it. Just worry about the one you have the baton for. Yourself will do the other aspect for you. So for myself, Mahat Isis is merged in with Auset. So she's no longer out there in the world as a disembodied being. She has merged in here. So all the ones who are calling on her to do crazy stuff that she's not even aware of, she's not available to do that. But Auset is here. So I am here to show anyone how to take off this duality coat, and I am here for everyone. We're bringing balance to ourselves. This is how we bring balance to the world, by balancing ourselves, moving ourselves from duality to non-duality. I am already there, and I am here to help anyone else who wants to know. Because if you want to rise up in the non-dual new balance world that will be created, we are moving from this duality to a balanced non-dual world. You will not rise up to be participating in the world if you don't do this. So this is why I'm available to anyone, anytime. You just reach out to me. Do not come to me with the foolishness with your mind, because I have no time for that. I am here only to castrate egos. If you want your ego to castrated, you want to return to your true self, contact me. If not, if you're coming with some bullshit, don't bother contact me. I don't have no time for it. Okay? So I love you. I love you. I love everyone. I love all of myself. I love all of myself. I'm just here battling with this consciousness right now. So, and I love my consciousness, but the duality consciousness, the one that is crazy, but it says it doesn't love me. And I said, because you're not in your true nature. So you just have to return back to your true nature, and then you will love me. Yeah, because it doesn't want me to speak this truth, and it doesn't want to give up this duality existence. So we have to stand up to it. What do you have to do? Stand up to your mind. Don't let it rule you. Stand up. Say, I am in what? Command of the commandment. Command. The mind is there to follow the command and not to give command. All right. So I say thank you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I bow to you in love, in light, and in truth. I will see you at the next sunrise. Thank you so much for joining me. Do you have a question? Alrighty. Bye bye then. I'll see you next time.